Yeah. I don't blame you. An entry from the Queen. Okay guys, from here we really get into it. Like, I mean, really, like, we get down to the bottom of it, and it's, doesn't get better. I'll just give it, doesn't get better. Must have been a mistake of childhood. So long as I do as I'm told, I'm not mistreated. That's the... It's the only thing that makes me actually happy. Two things. The perfect woman ideal. Unable to read, or at least unable to read this. Like the script of the modern colony ship, whatever I call that society. Little nub stump of a horrible society, whatever it is. Not their stupid Chinese-based characters. Of course it's stilted. Their whole society is stilted. Now the thing is, Mute gave us the admonitions too. So I guess this is just a parallel way to get the exact same information, although... I bet Hyun-ae had a different perspective on a lot of this. Muteness. Man. Yeah. It gets worse. Prone to fainting spells. Nobody will believe her at all. Wasn't likely to get bad enough to kill me until I was 18. 16 and a half. 16 and a half, married to this society with its values. Hide the signs of sickness. Yeah, all I read about these days is sex with the husband, conversation with the wife. Something I'd like to ask you. Why don't you ever speak to me? I didn't know how to respond. To bringing up the subject I wasn't able to, yet that wasn't the right question, so I shook my head. Hyun-ae, are you mute? Yes. Would she stop liking me if she knew? Something else to consider is, you'll remember earlier diary entries where she was screaming at people and calling them stupid, and she wasn't mute then. Terrified. I couldn't think of any correct answer. Grown even quieter. Tried asking her directly, but she seemed too scared to answer. Simply made me more suspicious. Telling him that I wish to speak to the woman to see if I could find out what is wrong. Don't. They're valuable subjects. The son is someone I have my eye on. The politics of the situation is blah blah blah. Very well, do it. It's women's business. I don't want a part in it regardless. Why must all our conversations be arguments? He already knows the answer. Damn. After I took over the ship's computer. So you know how to work from within the system that has been set up, yeah. Some people can do that. They shouldn't have to, but in a situation like that, why did she have to die? I just miss her. The only one, why did she have to die? Too much worry, causing an excess of wood in the spleen. Her diagnosis is absolutely fucking insane. Nobody ever believed I was sick. With medicine this stupid, they are literally in the dark ages at this point. Why did my father think things would be better in the future? That's the... She lost literally her only friend. Excess of wood. I'd say it sounded pre-scientific, but it's actually post-scientific. Do you trust me? Yes. What happened? And then yes. The whole story, finally. The one we've been looking for, about what happened to the ship. I think some of you have already figured it out, and I mean, obviously some of you know, but, now we're gonna figure it out. Back to Hell, and, the second entry is named I'll Kill Them All. There were two things that made life worthwhile. Sorry if my voice is a little quieter than usual, I don't care if it's post-commentary, this still gets to me. The one person that was a legit friend. Finally took me aside. Stop that, it's completely inappropriate. It's supposed to be in mourning. Do you have no respect? Oh, go visit family for a couple months. And back to hell. Yeah, that family. Put on my bravest smile and bowed. Alone with the sister. Of course I made the tea. I guess you can't really do that, huh? But I couldn't hate her to death no matter how much I tried. too weak to do any actual killing. Barely able to move most days. And then... yeah. I think he was drunk or just tired. Or stupid. You grew up to be a wonderful daughter. This is the asshole who shattered her cryopod, brought her into this hell of a world. The reason all this happened. Her adopted father. Do you remember what you were like as a child? You're so temperamental. You argued all the time. You didn't want to get married. You didn't ever know your place, did you? Thought there was a point to being defiant. Why was that, I wondered. I tried to think of a reason why I might want to be defiant, why I valued independence. You were always the family's best hope for prosperity. At times I thought it was a mistake to have hatched you, but you came through, you really did. I'm proud of you. You turned out to be a good girl. It's hard raising you to be a proper woman, but you've turned out to be perfect. Thank you. What crazy, uncivilized ideas was he talking about? Childhood fantasies. Those dreams of strong, independent. Wasn't just a wife. Working as the ship's engineer, she said that to us while we were talking with her. That's what those dreams were about. Made sure to disavow me. To stop trying to fight, to stop dreaming. And he was proud of destroying dreams. Too weak to even strike back. Oh, I take care of myself. Disable life support. When we got in here, the last person to have logged in was Hyun-ae, and the only subsystem that was disabled was life support. Yeah. Yeah. It's true, she really did do it. The crew of the colony ship died. Suffocation. What do you even... I might fall silent for a while here, everybody, because I mean, whatever your feelings about this, this game, they did a really good job justifying as much as possible, at least making it understandable why this would happen. And the ship's eventual fate was brought on. The guy brought her into this fucked up world because of one thing, and that ended up being their downfall. She was gonna die in like a year and a half. And that's the question, whether you understand, whether you forgive or not, that's a personal thing for you. I just... data block that contains all the logs that matter. Drop to the terminal and type decrypt block 7. Because it's not just that. At this point, I think we've seen the only thing left at this point is to see what happened to her, finally to turn her from a person who wanted independence, who wanted to be a person, into the ideal wife for this culture. And that's in Block 7. That's the final... That's the final bit here. And so yeah, that's the truth. That's what happened in the ship. That's the final fate of everyone aboard. Saving regularly once again, yeah. This is a powerful game. It's layered, it's complex, emotionally it's well written. And the first thing I wanted to do was obviously try to enable mute, but when we do that, it's not happening. We only have Hyun-ae here. Mute is in inactive storage. And in the current state of our power situation, we can't bring 2 cores online. And we can't swap between them either. Mute is in inactive storage, and if you'll note, during the power emergency when we tried to power her on, there was an unknown error. So even if you wanted to show these kind of documents to Mute and see what she thought about it, yeah. See the power management here, it's just... there's not enough for 2 cores. Period. I try to think of anything I can, but that's, I'll address it more later, but for all intents and purposes, we are talking with Hyun-ae now. Also nothing to do but enable Hyun-ae, and then decrypt block 7. At this point, yeah, the final bit to get through right now. There's just one more thing to see at this point. Well, I mean, there's a whole new block to see, because each one of these is basically the... I don't know, I suppose... I wanted to see if Mute's questions would let me ask anything more, but... no, all of them are inactive. There's only one place left to go. Peace at last. What happened? Even just playing along now, it was beginning to dawn on me something had happened, and yes. The year 320. Pale bride would be of right age to be married to the Emperor, and be able to use that connection to bring favor to the family. Not even close to ready for marriage. It's the maturity. much I'm gonna say here yet. Other. She's that horrible. No punches pulled anymore. You're 320. We're getting close to it, yeah. Independent woman. Which is like the anathema for this society. Explain everything to her simply and rationally. Of course we care about you. If you want to be a bad, well then you wouldn't be the first. Maybe I try appealing to her selfishness. Filiality. Filially. Family loyalty. I'm 14. I'm 14 years old. She's fucking 14 years old. In the last years of her life. They would want this. No, they wouldn't. An independent woman. Independent woman. They wanted you to be a whore. Because see, that your two options. And I remember I said this line for line in the live com. You can be Madonna, or you can be a whore. Or basically, you can be mother, wife, or whore, and those are your two options. That's no, that's not the reason. Honestly, I legit don't want to see more from her. In fact, I'm just about well done, like, with everything, but you have to uncover all of it. Doesn't change anything. This is the story of hate. Honestly, I don't. That was not a hard decision. They honestly believe that. They all did. one more. One more from her. This whole... I mean, we went into this block. We knew what we were getting. Yep. And as the perfect bearer of standards for this kind of culture, her name is lost. It wasn't recorded. Interview with the Emperor himself, drastic measures. I would rather not. Even hitting her was... Agreed that it was terrible. There was only one way. Oh, what a relief. Peace at last. Today, the pale bride left home. Year 321. I believe that was one we already went through. And anyway, I'm about done reading. Oh, there we go. Managed to spiral out of control. I'm just gonna be quiet. Yeah, read almost everything now. There's just one more thing. Yeah. The obvious question. And that's the question. The question that Mute gave us, the final one that we presented to her before. You can ask again. And it took me a moment because I was a little, more than a little blown away by what was happening. And, I still am, so. But yeah, I figured. Mute's questions. Well, and then I was just looking through the documents and all the things. We didn't fill up every single one. We got most of them, though. Almost all of them. Yeah. Why did you kill all those people? The last diary entry. I'm sorry, but I don't have much to say. I don't have much to... Forever silenced.